Hi, 5 brief points to make concerning the reading for next week on religious imprisonment. First, we're not moving forward chronologically this week. The Church's use of religious imprisonment happened simultaneous to the use of dungeons and the use of corporal punishment. The readings describe activities that took place between the 9th century and the 19th century. So we're not advancing chronologically past the early modern era. We're staying in that zone and learning about a different approach to wrongdoing. Second, this approach to wrongdoing was radically different from either corporal punishment or dungeons, insofar as it involved, first, the use of imprisonment as a punishment in itself, and B, it developed from the premise that the person being incarcerated was capable of being reformed or rehabilitated. Radically different. And when we see the invention of the prison in the 18th century, we will see that it is those two ideas that the reformers of the 18th century carry with them as they invent the prison. Third, when you're doing the reading, please skip the section on recluses, anchorites, and hermits. Or if you do that reading, understand that those are not forms of punishment. What are forms of punishment that you should include in the response papers? Look on the syllabus. I list 5 of them. Last week, I suggested for the corporal punishment paper that you choose one form of corporal punishment and focus on that in your response paper. It makes for a much stronger response paper because you can go into more detail. I suggest the same for this week's paper. That is, choose one of the 5 forms of religious imprisonment that is outlined in the chapter and focus your response paper on that. Be very clear about which one you have selected, but choose only one of the 5 and do not try to cover all of them. Fifth, in the syllabus, I suggest that you do some background reading on monasticism and on the Inquisition. I think that'll help you get much more out of the reading. Don't forget to refer to the syllabus and to check your response paper answers to the rubric, because we are going to be grading it against the rubric. Johnson can be hard to read, but I hope you can get beyond the bombastic language to the really important points he's making about the dramatic difference in this approach to punishment, the Church's approach to the Church's use of imprisonment and its belief in the possibility of reform